afternoon, my MPP peeps. What a wild day today. A lot of volatility. Volatility is finally back in vogue, which gives us some excellent opportunities, especially in the dip buying system, if we can find a bottom here and start heading higher. What we have today, well, we had a big old spike in the afternoon. We got up over this 10 SMA on the S&P right at 38.30. 10 SMAs at 38.15. It looked like, hey, maybe bottoms in, but they sold it off, and we're now back below the 10 SMA a pretty good amount, 30 points below. So not out of the woods by any means. Like I said, I would love further selling into Friday and Monday to wash out, all of these YOLO traders and traders who are basically going for broke here, and come all the way down here to this uptrend line on the S&P. This uptrend line looks like it's held, since the March lows. So if we come down, test that in between this 37.20, 36.76, and then bulls come in, then I think that is an excellent opportunity to start looking for buyers come in and then buy when downtrend lines break and we start heading higher. However, it's very possible we don't get that drop that I'm looking for, that Friday, Monday drop with your old-fashioned turnaround Tuesday. That's a dream of mine, and sometimes the dreams don't play out. So we might just get right back over this 10 SMA tomorrow and start moving higher. Fortunately, we have some names that actually proved themselves today. From that watch list, I've actually narrowed it down a bit, more of a focused watch list for the next coming days in case bottom is in and we're rallying. Okay, I'll go over those in just a second. Let's look at the Qs. Did they close above the 10? No. Actually rallied way above the 10, end up closing below. So Qs, definitely not out of the woods. IWM, we're still short the IWM via the TZA. As you can see, rallied all the way to 10 SMA and sold off. So the 10 SMAs are proving important in the short term, and I think will continue to prove important until we can get a close above, and then that's our signal that, hey, maybe bottom's in, let's start getting long. And then the DIA, let's look at it just real fast. Look at that, 10 SMA, sold off. So these 10 SMAs do have some importance. VIX. So, an in-between candle here actually held the 200 SMA. We sold all the way down to it, to a T. 2750 is 200 SMA, and they bought up the fear right there, and we closed somewhere in the middle. So VIX definitely got crushed today, down 19.5. But as for volatility traders, fear traders, you want to see that 200 SMA hold, and it did. So now we're kind of up in the air. Which way do we go from here? Can't make a prediction. We just got to wait to see what price tells us tomorrow and over the weekend and into Monday. All right, names. Let's go to the first name that we went into today, this rocket. We sold the 22 weekly 22 puts for 30 cents. So we're actually, we would be in this if we got put the shares, we'd be in at 21.70. And to be honest with you, I'm fine getting assigned those shares because I like the fact that this RSI, like I said, I wanted this thing to sell off and this RSI to come down, and it's now back into buying territory. It's out of the overbought territory, and it's getting close to almost overbought. So oversold. So I think this is a decent entry with a stop on a close below the 10 SMAs, which is at 20.94. So if we get stopped out, big whoop, take a tiny loss and move on. But if we get put into these shares, and this thing rockets higher, no pun intended, to our target of 28. It's a pretty good risk reward entry. All right, so tomorrow we'll see if we either get put in those shares, stopped out if we close below that 2094, or we close above 22. That case, I'll take my full premium in those short puts, and then next week look for further continuation to then buy in the dip buying system. I think this is now set up for a dip buying system buy. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. All right, names that we looked at this morning, but I think have the most promise of all those names we looked at. Crowdsource, nice day today, up 5.65%. Attack the 10 SMA. Couldn't quite get over it. If the bottom's in this market and we start to rally higher and we close above this 10 SMA on CrowdStrike, I think this is a long. Net, another one that had a great day today. Attack 10 SMA, couldn't quite get over it, but we get over it, with a market rallying as well. Then I think this one's a long. SE, nice day. Attack the 10 SMA, couldn't quite get over it, closed below, but if it can get back over today's high with the market at its back, with the overall market rallying, I think that one's a long. TSM, nice day today. Couldn't quite get above the 10 SMA, but again, just like the others, if you can get above the 10 SMA with the rest of the market rallying higher, I like TSM for a long. X has earnings today. May have already had them. I'll have to look, but I'm going to watch the earnings report and the reaction. If we can get back above that 10 SMA tomorrow, I like this one for a long. Up to the next higher target. I'll draw those target prices when we get into these names, but above the 10 SMA is a trigger in X. And then a new one that I saw that I really like today is FTCH. You guys know we jumped in this one last week, got stopped out because it closed below the 10 SMA, but now it's setting back up, back above the 10 SMA. Is it back above? Yes. Back above the 10 SMA and back above this downtrend line. So this one might be setting up for its run to the low 70s, where we were originally targeting this name. So watching this one tomorrow too. If the rest of the market's rallying, this is another one that I'll be watching to go long. So those are the names that I think of today's bigger watch list. These are the strongest of those names. So now we have a more narrowed focus, and we can see if this market wants to continue rallying. If the low's in, and we have 7, 8 different ways to make money. And then let's just look at the Bitcoin real fast. Bitcoin, I really like this strong move. We just need continuation. The 10 SMA is at 32,759. We're right at it. So if we can get a strong move above that, and then if we can break above this red downtrend line we have going, I think we get in a pretty explosive wave higher. But need to attack this and get over it, with some gusto. So we'll see how we do in the coming days on Bitcoin. Anybody have any questions? Anything you want me to go over? Anybody? Yeah, a lot of great setups. We just have to see if the market is ready to move higher. BABA. So BABA, I've been interested in the growth system. Mazir, yes, and if you want to tomorrow, my trigger is always a Friday close. If it can close above the 200 SMA, then that is my trigger to get long. And I'm not sure if I want to go in long just yet, but if you like it here, I think it's great risk reward. You got 252.06 is the 200 SMA, only 8 points away. And if the bottom's in, we could be going to 400. So great risk reward setup. If you get a Friday close below the 200 SMA, let's say you jump in, and then Friday you get like a 256, or a 250 close, you only lose 8 points. Big deal. So great risk reward there. CRNT, nice dip. I like that. That's great. If you draw a fib from the low here, from here to here, you got a 0.50 retrace, you know, decent buying opportunity for sure. You got your downtrend line right here. So I would wait till you get a close above the 10 SMA, which is at 504. You get a close above that. Then you can go for the 1.618 retrace from top to bottom, which is 848. So yeah, decent move. And then, you know, you get above the 10 SMA, you buy it, and then you sell it if it closes below the 10 SMA. So, you know, that would be a great risk reward opportunity. SNPS, yeah, you know, decent pullback here. Definitely in an uptrend. You want to see it close above this downtrend line that is formed, which is right at the 10 SMA. So you get a close above the 10 SMA. That's trigger to go long. And you know, for me, if it was just a trade, go for 297 with a stop. You know, after you close above the 10 SMA, you buy, and then if you close below that 10 SMA, you sell. So a good risk reward opportunity if you get that close above the 10 SMA. Anybody else? I like it. You guys are starting to see setups. It's great. It's great to see. So yeah, keep bringing them. Let's keep making suggestions, and you know, the more names we have to look at, you know, the more chances we have to make money. Cool, guys. Well, if that's it, I will talk to you guys in the morning. Very anxious to see how we open and how the rest of the day goes. I would love a sell-off tomorrow. I'm just going to be honest. I'd love a sell-off and then another Monday sell-off, and that would just set up an amazing turnaround Tuesday opportunity. So let's see what we get. Until then, don't trade for thrills. Just consistently make those dollar bills. See you guys.